Welcome back, everybody. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, and what a surprise this was. So we've basically been having a little bit of a run these last few days of Bitcoin from this significant bounce area, 6,600. A possible reversal could be taking place, but a relatively easy short to be had was at this level here, and the reason for it is that we've got the descending trends that have been rejected from so many times. It's only fair that we're rejected from it once again. So that area was pretty much anywhere between 7,800 7,862. So we've been rejected from that as we speak. Are we going to be collapsing from this area? Difficult to say, really, because we've got some moving averages beneath us. We've got the 7, the 10, and what else we got? We got the 7, the 10, the 8. And they seem to be propping us up, and they're making some crosses which would be considered as short-term bullish, but I mean that is only fair after this move that we've had from here to here. So I think when the overall direction is still clearly down, we've got a death cross, we've got most major moving averages all facing down apart from the 242 and the 200 simple still kind of pointing up, but they're going to take a while to bend. All the others are facing down, even the 200 EMA. Excuse me, I'm not very well, so just got to bear with me. That's why I've not made a video in 2 days. I've basically been stuck to my bed, which is exactly where I'm going to go once I've made this video, so I'll just persevere. So personally, I've made a short on this level here, and I've also made a stop loss at 8,000 just in case. The 8,000 mark is the centre of the Bollinger Band on the daily, so you know, if it reaches there, which it may do, I would expect to be brought back down beneath this descending trend. Personally, on our first pass to break the descending trend, I would expect a rejection, which is what we're getting now. Whether we get continuation of the move down is a different story, but I'm willing to take a bit of a stab on that one, just because it's happened so many times in the past. It's likely to happen again when the rest of the moving averages are still looking bearish. You know, I'm going for bearish too. It's only when we break above here with a candle body close on a daily, excuse me, so sorry, candle body close on the daily, that I'll begin to change my mind. So that could happen tonight. Obviously, anything is possible, but if I put this on a ratio, you know, on a percentage wise, I think it's 65% likely to stay beneath the descending trend for now. On our first attempt to break through, but the fact is it's not been rejected significantly. It just has seen a rejection. They've got a little baby wick on there at the moment. It's not too bad, so you know, maybe there is hope for Bitcoin to break above here sooner rather than later. But for the moment, I'm just taking this short as it goes, and I'm going to see if I can lock in a little bit of profit. I'm not going to get too greedy. My stop loss is going to be around about this level. 7,000, about 7,350, I think would be fair. I certainly would expect to see a bounce down at the levels of about 7,250. But we'll see. We just don't know yet. The MACD is about to begin to make a bullish cross, but don't be fooled. It's still in negative territory, so that can change. I mean, it's been bearish for a while now. So let's not get too overexcited. If we go to the weekly, what do we see? We see we're going into negative territory. So this is a make or break moment for Bitcoin. It's interesting when you look at it on the weekly like this. You see how we're bouncing within this exact range, which is our 6,600 target area, which we had from a couple of months ago. If you watch this channel, that's where we expected our first opportunity to reverse. And to be honest with you, that's what I was saying back then. I was saying that that's likely the bottom. But you know, is it actually? You know, so that was the first attempt to break out from there. Like I say, if you watch my videos, you know, I've had that pretty much that exact figure. 6,600 was my exact figure of where we're going to be bouncing from, and that proved to be relatively accurate there. But now we're in this descending triangle. We're going to be squashing our way, and we're going to have a move one way or another, whether that's breaking down beneath here to create another descending triangle formation, which will be bouncing around within here, which is similar to the way that we've had in this area. So it's just triangle after triangle after triangle, testing support resistance, working out which one's strongest. Sooner or later, you know, the resistance will break, and this can't go down forever. because it will bring us to a 0. So it has to break eventually. The question is where. Have we already found our bottom at 6,600, or are we going to come back down to at least test it again? I expect if we do test that level once again, we will probably break below it before you know it, and then our next target is going to be down here below the, well, let's just say 5,000 for the moment, but roughly speaking, I think that the next bottom would be as low as 4,900, and that would be a really good area to get back in my opinion. If we were to get down that low, it would be pretty much a good opportunity to really try and catch the bottom, which is pretty much what we're trying to do at this point. You can make shorts on this one. I mean, a lot of that shortening has been played out, as you can see. If you watch my channel, you realise I've been shorting since about 11,200. I've been catching the shorts because the direction for me at that point was clearly down. At the moment now, it seems to be not so much levelling out. The direction is still down. You move with the trend until the trend ends, and if the trend ends, then we can go bullish. The trend will only end effectively when we break out of here with a candle body close above here. This one doesn't count. This one here doesn't count at all for a candle body close above it. And neither do these. They just don't count. What we're going to see is candle bodies with less wick on them, closing on dailies, and staying in the green, to be honest with you. And then we'll talk about being bullish. But for the moment, we're still making that little battle within this little area here, and we're going to see where it takes us. Anyway, before I pass out and die, I'm going to end the video here because I've got a few more to make. I hope you have a nice evening and a good weekend, and take it easy.